Hi, this is Dr. Jonathan Youssef, Networking for Your Optimal Health. Did you know that vitamin D does not just affect your bones, as we all kind of knew from school, but it also can affect your mood, it can affect your heart, it can affect your nervous system, and not a lot of people are aware of this, but it can go as far as to affect your weight. So I know a lot of people are wondering why they might be achy and their mood might be down, or perhaps they're not sure why they're not losing some weight. And I'm wondering if we should have your vitamin D looked at. So join us for this great show about vitamin D. This is Dr. Jonathan Youssef, Networking for Your Optimal Health. Hi, this is Dr. Jonathan Youssef, Networking for Your Optimal Health. Today's topic is going to be about vitamin D. A lot of our patients wonder why I need to have my vitamin D checked. Am I not getting enough through my diet? Is there another way to get vitamin D? Well, it turns out that we've sort of genetically modified our vitamins out of our food. And so I've decided to make it my priority and my goal and mission to make sure that I check most of my patients for their vitamin D. Well, I think that we are not getting enough vitamin D because the fact of the matter is when I draw the labs and we see, I would probably average around 50, 60, maybe even up to 70% of my patients have low vitamin D. And the low vitamin D numbers can vary, but I usually use anything less than 32. I believe that the vitamin D level should in fact be higher than that, and it should be around 50 or 60 in my opinion. So the US has recommended the daily allowance be 400 IUs, and that's just simply not enough. One of the things that I see a lot in my practice is that people are coming in and they're not getting enough sun and also because we're wearing a lot of sunscreen. All probably pretty good things to do, but then we're losing out too on foods that contain vitamin D. So some of those supplemental foods that we used to eat that contain vitamin D, like dairy and fish and some fruits and vegetables, unfortunately, we're not getting those anymore. And those micronutrients have been sort of drawn out or pulled out, possibly because we've been either genetically modifying our foods or that we've been weeding out those micronutrients that we used to have 30 to 40 years ago. So what do I notice what do they complain about when they come in with vitamin D deficiency? Well, they complain of generalized bone aches and pains. Their muscles feel a little tired. They feel a little weak. Their gait might be a little bit off. And then sometimes, interestingly enough, it's mood and cognitive functions. Well, what does the vitamin D do? Do you remember when you were in school and they said that you needed vitamin D and calcium for good bone health? Well, just think of the deficiency and the insufficiency of that and what that can do to your muscle and your bone. How about also thinking of the vital functions of our bodies, such as our heart, brain, colon, prostate, pancreas, and breast? Well, basically what I'm seeing happening is those who are vitamin D deficient sometimes don't even know that they're vitamin D deficient. They sort of have this generalized aches and pains. They're not sure why they're hurting. They seem to be achy a little bit more. They seem to be a little bit more down, and some people even call it like a brain fog. They can't seem to lose weight. And so that's when I think, gosh, could it be vitamin D might be a simple solution for them? So again, that's what I kind of focus on. Over the years, I've had the experience of going through multiple supplements that we've kind of offered. Of course, you can increase your improve it by your diet or exposing your vitamin D. You can improve your vitamin D levels by spending a little bit more time in the sun, and you can eat foods that contain vitamin D, and you can even possibly take supplements. But here's where I see some simple facts. First is, did you know that wearing sunscreen with a sun protection of an SPF of 30 reduces vitamin D synthesis in the skin by more than 95%? That means that because you're wearing sunscreen that you're not getting enough vitamin D. Now, I don't want you not to wear sunscreen. I do want you to wear sunscreen. In fact, I think that's why I want to focus my energies on supplementation. So there's two types of vitamin D. There's a vitamin D2 and a vitamin D3. D3 is more like your bioavailable vitamin D. That's the kind that you make naturally in your bloodstream. So if you are aware of taking a supplement and you're not sure if it's a vitamin D2 or 3, well, it should say vitamin D3. So the over-the-counter supplements, I'm not crazy about because we don't know how much are in there, and there have been several studies to show, even in the New York Times, had pulled 70 supplements and found that they did not contain what they said they were going to be containing. So I don't want you to take an over-the-counter supplement if you don't know enough about it. What I want you to take, or what I would like to recommend when I see those deficiencies occurring, is 50,000 IUs once a week of the D3. Well, I just happened to have vetted a few products over the years, and I found one that really is one of my favorites, and it's called Replista. I've talked to the company several times, and I've recommended, and I've worked with them to kind of optimize this product, and they have produced a product that I think is well worth investigating, either here at the office or online, or finding a physician to recommend it. But basically, it's a wafer that you take once a week. And this wafer is a chewable wafer, so you kind of get that absorption into the bloodstream a lot better, and then you bypass the gut a little bit and allow that absorption to break down a little bit more, since we think that there might be an absorption issue with the foods that we're eating. So what I would like to do is get you on once a week Replista, and it's 50,000 units IUs of vitamin D3, and that's for my deficient patients or insufficient patients. Eventually, once your level goes up, I want to reduce that by half. So I want you to cut it in half, maybe keep it as a maintenance of 25,000 a week. That's probably more than the recommended amount. And so I don't want to scare you away from it, but why not look at your levels and we'll see if that's really high or not. So when you're thinking about vitamin D, think about all of the different reasons why you might be feeling a little down, or you might have little muscle aches and pains that are unexplained. And I would love to share with you more about it. This is Dr. Jonathan Youssef, Networking for Your Optimal Health. Hi, it's Dr. Jonathan Youssef, Networking for Your Optimal Health. This was another great topic. Today's topic was about vitamin D, and we'd love for you guys to share your information about vitamin D and your experiences so that we can grow with our podcast, and also incorporate some of those in other podcasts into it, so that we can create a network and a forum for this topic. So I'd love to hear what you guys have to say about vitamin D. So if you want to look at us at YouTube, or you want to give us a review, or you want to subscribe to our podcast, we'd love for you to be part of the process. So thank you for joining us.